The polls are closed, and your voice is heard.
A historic election on the local level.
This is, a big step towards the future for Du Bois.
From new councils to new leadership impacting our daily lives, sometimes more than presidents or governors.
I want to do whatever it takes to get people to want to live here.
You have to look for the future and make those decisions that will help the future generation.
WTAJ is your local election headquarters, with results from key races shaping our communities, our state, and our nation.
Your local election coverage starts right now.
From your local election headquarters, you're watching WTAJ News election coverage.
Thanks for being with us tonight. I'm Paula McKenna.
And I'm Marty Radovanek. A lot of results rolling in and a lot to get to.
But we want to begin with a race unlike many others we'll see tonight. A new council for a new city.
We're talking about Du Bois, which is consolidating with Sandy Township in Clearfield County.
Made up of 7 members, here's how the council is shaping up to lead it through its first couple years. 6 Republican candidates claimed the top 7 spots. Michael Piccirillo is the only Democrat to have claimed a seat, but the race was pretty close. Once the council takes over in January, they'll have a number of things to decide. One of their first tasks will be appointing the city's mayor.
Another highly anticipated race in Clearfield County is judge for the Court of Common Pleas. Democratic nominee Josh Maines leads slightly over current district attorney and Republican challenger Ryan Sayers. And because the results at this hour are within a 0.5 percentage point, we're not going to call this race just yet. Whoever wins will join the bench in January for a 10-year term. The seat is open because longtime judge Fred Ammerman is retiring. Blair County's Court of Common Pleas will welcome 2 new judges.
That is right. Paula Agner is a current district judge and has served since 2004. Lou Schmidt is a Pennsylvania representative for the 79th District. Both ran uncontested on the Democratic and Republican tickets after winning the top 2 spots on the ballot during the primary. Moving to Altoona's City Council, voters were able to choose 4 out of 5 candidates. You can see it was a very close race, all within a couple percentage points. Devin Saylor was the only Democratic nominee on the ballot.
Johnstown City Council will have a number of new members starting in a 4-year term in January after 4 current members chose not to run again and another ran for city mayor. Right now there are 3 Democratic nominees in the top 4 as well as Republican nominee Nicholas Spinelli. The only current member that will still be on the 7-person board is Charles Arnone. Taylor Clark competing head-to-head in a special election. He won over his Republican challenger to finish a 2-year term, vacated when Michael Capriati left council to become assistant city manager. And Johnstown has no shortage of big races on this election night.
One of the most contentious being the race for mayor. Current city council member and Reverend Sylvia King ran on the Democratic ticket. She won over Republican challenger John DiPartola. Our Jordan Mansberger was at her watch party and joins us now.
So Jordan, what's going on?
Well, Paula and Marty, the energy in this room has been full of excitement just all evening here. Deputy Mayor, City Council member, and now she gets to add a new title here as she will become the next mayor of Johnstown. I'm joined here now with Reverend Sylvia King. Sylvia, we were talking just a little bit ago just about you're somebody who has deep ties in this community with this city. Did you ever imagine that you'd be in this position?
Absolutely not. But I am. So that's what that says to not only me, but it says to the young girls, the young people of the generations to come. If you put your mind to it and you work hard, you can do what you want to do, and you can be wherever it is that you want to be, but you have to work at it.
Yeah, and you said that you have a lot of exciting ideas coming in, and obviously that is a collaborative effort between the mayor and city council. But what are a few ideas that you hope to kind of push forward here to lead Johnstown into the future?
Well, the one, and I know that it will go over with council, and it's something that was implemented years ago but has not been done, is to have a junior city council. And that would be a makeup of students from the high school. and they would be able to work with City Council, actually have meetings with City Council, whether it be on a monthly basis or a quarterly basis, because I feel that it's very important to have their input, because they are the ones, when we make decisions, it will ultimately affect them and their children. So we need to be mindful of that. So I feel having their input will make a difference.
All right, well, congratulations, and I'll have more on the Reverend and as well as more on the watch party here and this entire election coming up tomorrow on WTAJ News this morning. For now, Paula and Marty, back to you.
All right, Jordan, thanks. And speaking of mayors, Democratic incumbent Ray Imhoff is leading to serve in a role for Ridgeway Borough. He was first elected in 2021.
Several other counties have new judges. Ray Gaynor will continue to serve on Huntington's Court of Common Pleas. He ran unopposed after beating his challenger in the primary. He was appointed by the Shapiro administration to the seat, which was created in 2023. Molly Metzger will also be serving as a judge while making history. She's currently Somerset County's district attorney, but is the first woman elected to a judicial seat in the county. The judge seat has been vacant since late 2023, when the former president judge retired with 2 years remaining in his term.
Cambria County's top prosecutor, Greg Niebauer, also moving to the bench in that county's Court of Common Pleas. Niebauer has served as district attorney since 2019, and Cambria County current judge Tammy Bernstein will retain her seat for another term. It would be her second term, having been first elected in 2015. And we're also following several state and national races tonight.
We begin with State Superior Judge, which has been called for Democratic nominee Brandon Newman, with a majority in the precincts reporting. And a number of Supreme Court judges were up for retention. Residents voted heavily in favor of Judge Alice DeBow retaining her seat. The same goes for fellow Judge Christine Donahue. However, because of her age, she will only serve another 2 years instead of a full 10. That's when she'll reach the mandatory retirement age for justices.
And Judge David Weck retained his seat tonight, results showing upwards of 60% in favor right now, with a majority of statewide precincts reporting. And the same goes for Judge Kevin Doherty.
Moving to Commonwealth Court Judge, a closer race here, but Democratic nominee Stella Sy won over Republican Matt Wolford. Commonwealth Judge Michael Wojcik was also up for retention. You can see he'll retain that seat as well.